Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So let's talk about the gym. How do you get your motivation to do your exercises, to work out? Most people use headphones. They have these little earbuds in. They got their little cell phones in their pockets. They're jamming to their music. You know, one of the things about external motivation is that it's not always going to be there for you in life. I use the gym in order to train myself to become stronger, not just physically, but mentally. I'm not just trying to build my muscles, I'm trying to build my mental strength. You can learn a lot of lessons in the gym of how to meet struggle, how to push through pain, how to induce a certain amount of struggle in order to reach your goals, in order to become stronger. These are important lessons. There's many others, but those are some really valuable lessons in life. How to be disciplined enough to continue something that it may not be comfortable because you have a goal in mind. You're not always going to have music to motivate you in life. In life, we have to be able to be strong enough mentally to push ourselves physically, to be able to go all out and use everything you got without Pantera going or without Tupac or whatever your favorite tunes are to get you all juiced up. Now, I go to Gold's Gym. It's a popular gym in the town that I live in, and there's lots of people there. It's hard to find times when it's dead. I usually like to go when it's rather empty, and every once in a while I get lucky, but for the most part I go there and it's fairly crowded. Almost everybody, and I mean many times I'll be the only person in the room who doesn't have earbuds in. I'm the only person in the room who's not using external motivation. I'm motivating myself. I'm using my own self-talk, positive affirmations. I'm talking myself into doing this hard work. I'm pushing myself to push that weight. The music isn't pushing it for me. It's not juicing me up. And I learned these lessons to be able to use them in my daily life. We're gonna go through hard shit. Life isn't easy. I don't care how rich you are, successful you are, how good looking you are. Life isn't easy. You're always gonna have some really hard shit to go through. And there's no soundtrack. We're not living in a movie. You can't always just go and say, well, I know I have to man up and do this shit and it's difficult, so let me put my headphones on real quick and take 5 or 10 minutes to get myself all juiced up off of some good tunes. That's not how life works. You're not always gonna have those earbuds available to you. So why use them in the gym? I feel like it just makes you weaker. You become dependent upon the external motivation. When you don't have the earbuds, and after you've become so used to working out with them, and the one day you forgot them, that workout becomes a nightmare. You want to get it over with as fast as you can. Some people, I would talk to people that they get all the way to the gym, to the front door, realize they forgot their earbuds. They just go right home and go get their earbuds. It's that important to them to have something external. I really look at it as a crutch, just like these pre-workout drinks that you see everybody drinking. Many people in the gym, especially young guys, be pounding caffeine drinks. These things are loaded with sugar and caffeine. Just loaded with that shit. It's all it is. You ask yourself, well, what's a pre-workout drink? It's just a caffeine drink. It's just to get yourself buzzed up. You might as well go do a few lines of Coke before you go in. People say, well, I wouldn't do that. Well, then what the hell are you drinking 2 fucking Red Bulls or these pre-workout drinks you get from from GNC, and they have all these high-tech scientific names like you're drinking some kind of fucking science drink. It's just caffeine to get you all gassed up, to get you juiced up. So you can go in there and have a lot of energy. There's plenty of articles in these workout websites, and they say that pre-workout drinks help you with your workout. People will profess to it, oh, I find that it really helps me. If you need that kind of help, in my opinion, you're a pussy. It's just no different than the earbuds. It's just this external form of motivation that you could have within you, but you choose not to. You become dependent upon something external. You're gonna have to do hard things in your life. You're going to have hard days, and on those days, you're going to have to figure out how to get through it, and not just to endure it, but how to perform at your optimum level, even in the hardest times. The whole world could feel like it's crumbling down around you. And instead of just being a bitch and running under your coffee table to hide like a fucking dog in a rainstorm, you're going to have to get out there and do it, and to perform well. You learn this in business. I've been self-employed for 30 years. And when you're the boss, you can't just go run and have some day where you, like you do when you're just an employee, when you kind of hide in the corner and don't do nothing. You have to operate the ship. You have to navigate. You have to do everything, it feels like. And if you can't man up and really perform at your best, even when things feel shitty, even when you're depressed, even when all kinds of things are going on around you and you can't man up, you're just giving into weakness. There's not going to be external motivators in your life to help you. All of that comes from within. If you're using external motivators to help you, you're becoming dependent upon those, and it's just making you weaker. The day that you forget your pre-workout drink, you go in tired. Ugh, I'm just tired. You can see it on some of these guys' faces. They look like they just woke up. They can barely function because they didn't have their caffeine drink. They didn't bring their earphones, so they're just going to try to get that cheap workout in. They're going to cheat themselves. You only cheat yourself. And then just pray that they remember that shit the next time. I don't even bring my cell phone in at all. I'm off the grid when I go to the gym, completely. I don't bring my cell phone. I don't need messages. I don't care if someone in my family dies, or my house burns down, or the business, gets attacked by terrorist hackers. I don't care what's going on. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck. I'm in the gym now, and this is time that I'm using for myself to build myself up, to make myself stronger mentally and physically, and this is important to me, and I don't need any kind of distraction. It's very often that I'll look around at the gym in between my sets when I'm taking a quick break before I do the next one, and I'll take a glance around the room, and it's been very often where 80% of the people that aren't actively doing an exercise, they're sitting there looking straight down, lost into their phones, text messaging, whoever the fuck they always text message, on Facebook, on social media, just furiously scrolling away. I mean, it's just such an incredible addiction. I don't even bring that shit in. I don't need it. I made the mistake last week where I walked into the gym. I still had my phone in my pocket, and I was like, well, I could go back out to the car and put it in the car. No big deal. I'll just leave it in the pocket. For some reason, people were text messaging me a lot that day, and fuck. It's so addictive. I couldn't resist. I found myself just like everybody else in the room. Every couple minutes, pulling that phone out of my pocket, answering, text messaging back. That shit really took me out of my element. Really took me off of my, the flow that I'm at. You get in this flow state. Like an athlete who gets in the zone. Being in the zone is important when you're doing any kind of physical activity, but also any kind of mental activity. You could be in the zone when you're reading and the story's really good and you don't want to put it down and you're going to read 30, 40 pages. You're going to read for a couple hours. You're just in that fucking learning zone, that absorption zone. You're absorbing that material like you're in that book. There's all kinds of ways to be in the zone, and when you work out, you want to be able to get into that flow state. That's like a fucking magical kind of goddamn spiritual state where you're like at one with the fucking weights. You're at one with the goddamn universe. This is what you have been, your whole life is fucking worked up to this one goddamn moment, and you're using it as best as you can, and you really have that fucking connection with your body, your mind, and muscle connection is right on time. You're doing your exercises with perfect form. It just feels right. And then you got to stop and look at your goddamn phone to change the song, or to text message some idiot back over nothing. Send them a laugh out loud or a ha-ha or whatever, so you can respond to some stupid shit they sent you. I mean, what the fuck, man? This is how people use their time when they're at the gym, and then eventually they turn around after 6 months or a year and they don't look any different. I see so many people at the gym that are going nowhere. I'm not trying to judge, but I notice. Seen that motherfucker up here 6 days a week for the last 5 years. He looks the same as he did the first time I ever saw him. He's not getting any bigger, or he's not losing his weight. I wonder why. It's just all stuff to think about when you're working out, of how you're going to use your time. And when you start to utilize your time in the gym more efficiently, and you've studied a little bit on what the movements are, you've got a plan when you're going in as far as what you're going to do, you are monitoring how much time that you're taking breaks in between sets, you're pacing yourself as you're pushing that weight, you have all these factors, many more, all these various factors into that workout. You are conscious of if you're there on a calorie deficit, or if you have eaten plenty of protein before you go in. You know if you're gonna eat when you go out. You know, you got this whole plan, and you're doing that, and you're immersed in that. You don't need any fucking music. You don't need any fucking pre-workout drink. You don't need your goddamn cell phone to keep you fucking busy. It's all just lessons that you can use in life. Tell me what you think. What do you do to motivate yourself? Are you using your earbuds and your headphones to keep you in the gym, to make you work out harder? If so, why? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.